We have breaking news now out of New York City. A judge has ruled to permanently dismiss federal corruption charges against Mayor Eric Adams.
Now, the Department of Justice moved to drop the charges back in February, saying that continuing to pursue them interfered with the mayor's ability to govern. Adams has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. NBC News law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter joins us now. Tom, I mean, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but this sort of wipes the slate clean. It puts an end to this legal jeopardy. And just to remind our viewers, we're talking about five counts of bribery, conspiracy, campaign finance violations. What's the DOJ saying about all this?
Well, the Justice Department is already moving on from this. I mean, they've already said, look, we wanted this case dismissed. We've been telling you that. We believe it shouldn't have been brought in the first place. They put a statement out today saying that this was a weaponization, that this was a waste of resources, and now we're focused on locking up terrorists, and we're focused on our immigration mission. So that's where the Justice Department's head is with this. As far as the judge, it's a 78-page ruling. He said, look, I'm not talking today about the merits of this case. I'm not talking about the facts of this case. What I'm here to do is advocate for the defendant, in this case, Mayor Adams, and advocate for the public interest. And he says, looking at this and the sheer fact that there's been only one case in this particular court, the Southern District of New York, and that's back in 1977, where a judge put a dismissal on hold. He says, in this instance, I'm the referee here. I can't compel federal prosecutors to bring this case if I wanted to. And so really, given the fact that they tried to do this without prejudice, the idea that they could still hold this indictment over the head of Mayor Eric Adams, pending a resolution of whatever there was for the mayor, the fact the matter is, he says, look, it's in the public's interest, in the mayor's interest, that I wipe away that idea of an indictment hanging over his head. And so what I need to do here today is not only dismiss this case, dismiss it with prejudice. It can't be brought again. Now, should the mayor, in some of the elements of corruption and some of the things that have been alleged here, if those facts perhaps change, if there's additional things that occur here, prosecutors can, of course, bring charges in the future. But as far as this specific fact pattern and the charges here today, it's over.
So does this mean, then, Mayor Eric Adams will help enact Trump's immigration policies moving forward? And also, is he still eligible to run for re-election in November for mayor of New York City?
Last question for us, because it's the easiest as far as the mayor being able to run again. He has said that he's going to do so. It has not been a very robust campaign, according to any political expert that you talk to. I mean, it's been barely a campaign. The question is whether or not he's going to run as a Democrat. He might turn out to run as an independent. He's at least explored that, according to our colleague Melissa Russo here at WNBC in New York. She's reported that. So, yes, all his signs point to him running. What will actually happen, we'll see. As far as the idea of immigration and his support for immigration, I remember speaking with both of you about this when this case was still in doubt. There's nothing that I've seen from the mayor that he's done on immigration so far that he couldn't have done, whether he was indicted or not. Right. So we'll just have to see. And the judge actually addressed that today, making the same exact point. So what goes on going forward with respect to immigration in New York City, well, we'll see.
All right. Tom Winter, as always, thank you for that breakdown.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.